Alrighty, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the WD Broadcasting Network. Tonight we are back with the Trackmaster Sim Series, ready for race number 5 of their season. We have a 100-lap feature in store for us here tonight. A bit of a slowdown after a couple of longer races these past few weeks. 125 laps in week 3, and then last week 150 laps, the longest race we have seen so far this season. Carter Hollingsworth ended up picking up the victory. We've had 3 different winners in 4 races so far, as I believe everybody has qualified. We'll get our qualifying times up on the left side, well, actually rather on our screen here. And qualifying results going up. Well, we'll try to get him up anyhow. But our first heat race of the evening has made their way to the starting grid. We'll try to look at our starting lineup. As it looks like Brandon Atkinson will roll off on the pole. He'll have Jake Bubby Griffin to his outside in the number 3. Brandon Elvis in the 3rd spot, going to start next to Justin Mulliken in the 51. Matt Borndren making his return to the Trackmaster Sim Series, starting from the 5th spot here tonight. Then Caleb Thompson in the 04, going to start from P6 in Heat 1. Kyle Adams going to start 7th. Then Zach Murphy in the 29, going to start from the 8th spot here tonight. And then our final row looks like Jace Hale and Frank Barbary out back. So there is our field for heat race number 1. We're going to have 10-lap heats tonight. So these guys will have 10 laps. This will set the lineup for the feature, and then they will have an invert from that number. So the field going to get the 1-to-go signal here. They will go back to green flag racing in the Trackmaster Sim Series. Week number 5. We've had some action-packed races so far. We're expecting nothing short of that here tonight. Field makes their way down into turns 3 and 4. And the pace car is off. The green flag is up, and we are underway for the first time here tonight at the South Boston Speedway. Down into turns 1 and 2, Brandon Atkinson and Bubby Griffin battle side by side. Give it to the 3 machine of Griffin down the back straightaway. That outside lane looks strong here early on. There's a little bit of contact. Atkinson fighting back on the inside lane. Leader of lap number 1 going to be Jake Bubby Griffin in the number 3. They continue to battle for the top spot. Brandon Elvis and Justin Mulliken line up back behind them. Matt Borndren and Caleb Thompson battle for the 5th spot. Right now, all eyes on the battle for the lead. Man, Atkinson trying to find a way around, but that outside lane on these short runs just so easy to pinch the guy down there if you get a good start. Because right now, Atkinson trying to find his way out in front. There's more contact. Just shy of halfway. Atkinson once again on the bottom gets to peek out ahead that time. We haven't seen that so far. And there comes Brandon Elvis to the inside lane. Elvis looks to the bottom. Atkinson going to come back this time to 3 laps to go. Now Brandon Elvis moves the 54 machine up into the second spot, but here comes Griffin back to the bottom. Crossover move there. Elvis up the racetrack. Gonna have to fight with Mulliken there for third. He'll get back down in a line. He'll give a nose back to Bubby Griffin in the 3 machine. Elvis trying to get the second spot. Remember, this could be a whole row in the feature. And oh, more contact. There was bumper tag that time. Griffin back to the bottom, but that's going to be it. Brandon Atkinson picks up the victory in heat race number 1. Brandon Elvis second. Bubby Griffin third. Justin Mulliken fourth. Matt Vorndren fifth. Caleb Thompson sixth. Zach Murphy seventh. And Kyle Adams eighth. As it's now time for heat race number 2 here tonight. On the pole, it is going to be Christian Peterson in the number 71 machine. Then to his outside, Aaron Johnson in the 78. I believe it's his first start this season with the Trackmaster Sim Series. Then rolling off third in the gold number 14 this week, Justin Coleman. To his outside in the 4th spot, heat number 2, Landon Farmer in the 026. Chris Smith in the 80 machine, going to start from the 5th spot in heat number 2. He'll have John Lyday in the 22 to his outside, your current points leader with the Trackmaster Sim Series. Then row number 4 rounding out our field. A couple guys unable to make the call. It's going to be Steven Oberstadt on the bottom in the number 8 machine. And then Sean McNeil in the 97. So we've got timing and scoring up finally. Was unable to access it throughout that first heat race. I was trying to get it working behind the scenes. I think we've got it. Everybody knock on wood that it stays throughout the entire feature event. Those of my regular viewers know that sometimes me and my timing and scoring software get into a little bit of a scuffle behind the scenes, and I frequently try to get it back working. Hopefully it stays, but we're ready to go in heat race number 2. It's going to be Christian Peterson, Aaron Johnson, Justin Coleman, and Landon Farmer. Your top 4 pace cars off. We're ready to roll. The green flag is up, down into turns 1 and 2 they go. Good start for the 71 of Peterson. Looks like he might be clear down the back straightaway. No, here comes Aaron Johnson back to the top side. Side by side through the first set of corners. Landon Farmer sideways in the 26. He's going to lose some ground. I think everybody was able to save it back behind. Christian Peterson going to lead lap number 1. Here comes Justin Coleman to the inside of Aaron Johnson. Coleman in that number 14 machine makes a good run to the bottom. He'll take the second spot. His ECR teammate, Chris Smith, in the number 80 machine, going to try to follow suit on the bottom lane. That's for the 3rd position. Johnson on the outside, Smith down below. And we've seen this a lot this season. When these late model stocks get side by side, it's often hard for one of them to really clear the other one. Just so easy to roll the outside and carry that momentum and not let the other guy get all the way out in front of you. But you see Smith starting to pull ahead just a little bit going into the corner. And it looks like Johnson going to try to cross over here. He'll look back to the bottom down into turns 1 and 2. But Smith on the outside lane. Looks like he's going to be clear down into turns 3 and 4. It'll be 4 to go this time for Christian Peterson, trying to pick up the victory in heat race number 2. Peterson currently sitting 4th in the point standings after he was awarded the victory post-race last week. He's looking to start tonight off on the right foot. He's going to have to try and catch up to points leader John Lyday, currently running in the 7th spot in Heat 1. With the popsicle sticks up in the air this time. 2 to go. He'll see the white flag when he comes out of turns 3 and 4. Final time around for Christian Peterson in heat race number 2. A little sideways down the back straightaway, but he's got a gap built up. Now to turns 3 and 4 they go. It's going to be Christian Peterson picking up the victory in heat race number 2. Justin Coleman 2nd, Chris Smith 3rd, Aaron Johnson 4th, Steven Oberstadt 5th, Landon Farmer 6th, John Lyday 7th, and Sean McNeil rounds out your field in the 8th spot. So it's now going to be time for our warm-up session here tonight. These guys have 3 minutes to get those final finishing adjustments made. These guys don't have a set of tires here tonight, so it's going to be a matter of who can keep the tires on it the longest. You're going to need those tires to drive up through the field at the end. You see the field pouring out of the pits right here. Justin Mulliken in the 51. Thought about going out there. We'll look at our qualifying times now that timing and scoring is up and working. You can see Brandon Atkinson was your fast qualifier. Christian Peterson 2nd. Jake Bubby Griffin 3rd. Aaron Johnson 4th. Brandon Elvis rounds out your top 5. But a rather close field of all the cars that qualified. There was only a tenth, there was only 13 100ths of a second. You know, rounded up 14 100ths of a second throughout the entire field. That is a close field of race cars, and that's why you see the racing that you do here in the Trackmaster Sim Series. It's definitely going to be an exciting race. 100 laps. Caution laps do count. If it's anything like last week's race, we are going to be seeing our fair share of caution flags. We had 7 last week in our 150-lap feature event. John Lyday trying to wrap things up in the points. Right now he currently has a 24-point advantage over Brandon Atkinson. We will see how the drop weeks come into play. If there are drop weeks, I don't entirely know the details on that aspect of it. I'd have to ask Christian Peterson, but just about ready to go. We've got about 30 seconds left. Folks, if you're watching in the chat below, here cheering for driver racing tonight, let me know who you're cheering for, who you're watching. We've got a lot of competitive late model stocks out here tonight. I believe we're going to be sending 14 or 15 of them to the green. So it's going to be a good field of cars. So the checkered flag flies on the warm-up session. It's now time to go racing here at the South Boston Speedway. We're going to have 100 laps of action. Let's see what the invert is, or if there is one. Well, we will take a look at how they were supposed to line up. Brandon Atkinson on the pole in the 15. Christian Peterson second in the 71. Brandon Elvis third in the 54. Justin Coleman fourth in the 14. Bubby Griffin going to start from the 5th spot in the number 3. He'll have Chris Smith to his outside in the number 80 machine. Justin Mulliken in the 51 going to roll off from the 7th spot with Aaron Johnson in the 78 to his outside. Matt Borndren in the 00 going to roll off from the 9th spot with his buddy Steven Oberstadt starting 10th to his outside. Next row, back behind them, row number 6. Going to be Caleb Thompson in the 04 machine. And starting in the 12th spot, Landon Farmer in the 026. Zach Murphy in the 29 going to roll off from the 13th spot with points leader John Lyday starting deep in tonight's race, 14th in the number 22. Kyle Adams in number 24 going to roll off from the 15th spot. And he will have Sean McNeil in the number 97 to his outside. Then Jace Hale and I believe Frank Barbary are going to lead us to the green. Kyle Turzak and Dylan Hartman not on the grid. I don't believe they made a lap in qualifying. So I think it'll be 18 cars leading us to the green in this 100 lap feature event. Everyone just about ready to go. Race control going over the final pre-race spiel to the drivers. Let them know everything about tonight's race. And it's now time for the field to roll off. They will reassemble here. We'll see what the invert was. And I do believe it was a 10. So Steven Oberstadt and Matt Borndren are going to roll off on the pole. Aaron Johnson and Justin Mulliken in row number 2. Chris Smith on the inside of row number 3. He'll have Jake Bubby Griffin to his outside. Justin Coleman in the 14, going to start from the 7th spot now. With Brandon Elvis in the 54 to his outside. Christian Peterson and Brandon Atkinson, the final cars in the invert, going to start 9th and 10th. Atkinson, your fast qualifier here tonight. We will see if he can get the job done starting 10th. So Oberstadt and Borndren going to lead the field down into turns 1 and 2. We will see what happens. Field bunching up into 3 and 4. Pace car to make the hard left turn down onto pit road, and there it is. The green is up, and the green is out. We are underway in race number 5 here at South Boston. Down through turns 1 and 2, Oberstadt peeks ahead through the first set of quarters, but Borndren right there on the outside lane, trying to challenge for the top spot side by side across the line with lap number 1 to Oberstadt in the number 8 machine. Ooh, trouble back behind. Caleb Thompson around in the 04. Sean McNeil slides in as well. And that puts us under caution early for the first time here tonight. Oberstadt leads. But the caution out for the first time here in our 100 lap feature event. Let's take a look at what happened 2, Caleb Thompson in the 0-4. Go up top for this one. It looks like maybe got a tap from the 0-2-6 of Landon Farmer. And then Sean McNeil also got spun after the fact. I think that might have been after contact with Frank Barbary. Go on board with McNeil right here. You can see the contact, the 0-4 up in front of him. I think just got hit from behind there. Was checking up for the wreck. Barbary did not quite see it. And that puts us under yellow for the first time here tonight. Did not take very long for us to see the caution flag. 4 laps in as we come across the line. Oberstadt down the back straightaway. Got a good jump there. Was able to clear Matt Borndren. We obviously did not get to see very much of what these guys had to offer. Come back around. Still not quite ready to send them green. Actually, maybe we are. Lights do drop on the iRacing.com pace car. Going to send them back green this time. It'll be Oberstadt, Borndren, Johnson, Mulliken. Your top 4 remains the same. We're going to try it one more time through turns 3 and 4. Restart number 1 through the restart zone. Oberstadt gets a good jump that time. We're back racing down into turns 1 and 2. The 8 machine of Oberstadt gets clear down the back straightaway. Here comes Aaron Johnson looking for the second spot underneath Matt Borndren. A little bit of door banging out of turn number 4. Johnson on the bottom. Borndren up top, trying to make the long way around. Early on. Justin Mulliken right there, sitting in the 4th spot. Catbird seat for this battle. It looks like Johnson going to peek ahead out of turn number 2. But the track definitely pretty spicy here today. As Borndren way loose out of 2 that time, almost got into the right rear of Aaron Johnson. Johnson clear for the 2nd spot. 10 laps in across the line. Take a look at how hot it actually is on the racetrack. Look at the right side of your screen. 111 degree track temp here at the South Boston Speedway. So it's definitely going to do a number on the tires. We'll see who is able to get the job done. Oberstadt continues to show the way. We've got 5 cars under a blanket right here for the top 5 positions. Looking a little bit further back to the 8th spot. Chris Smith in the 80. Wilson qualified 2nd in this one. He's trying to work his way back forward after the invert of a 10. At least 86 laps, but it's not that much time when you do have 8 cars to pass. So we'll see if Peterson can make his way up to the front. Right now, and the number 8 machine is Chris Smith into the back bumper of Bubby Griffin right there. Kind of shuffled him up out of the way. Peterson going to try to take advantage of the 3 on the left side. That's the thing here. Once you get shuffled out of line, it is really hard to get back down and find a position where you can settle back in. Kyle Adams right there. And Chrome 24 this week. You can see it shining there into turn number 3. Currently running in the 11th spot. 15th, so he is up 4 positions. Right inside the top 5. We'll see what he can do throughout this one. As up front for the race lead, Aaron Johnson to the inside. Steven Oberstadt and the 8 machine trying to hold him tight and use that outside lane to his advantage. Through turns 3 and 4 that time. Johnson using up a little more. Oberstadt's willing to give. Will be 20 laps in at the line this time. The 8 machine still working that outside lane. He's able to run up there. You see the run that he gets down the back straightaway. It's a lot better down the back than it is in 3 and 4 as the caution flag flies. Oberstadt going to be jumping for joy at that caution flag. Might have saved him right there as you see Caleb Thompson looped around again. Tough break for the 0-4. Out of shape for the second time here tonight. He's got a little bit of damage this time around. So let's see what happened to Thompson. He was battling with Sean McNeil behind Brandon Atkinson. Looked like just a bumper to the back of the 97. And points leader John Lyday collected in turns 1 and 2. Tough break for the guy at the top of the championship standings. A lot of damage on that race car. He is on pit road trying to get most of it repaired. Or I should say as much of it as he can. Take a look at that on board with the 22 machine. Really much he could do. You're so hard into the corner at that point, you really can't just check up more because you're already committed to the corner and slowing down at a certain speed. So tough break for the 22 of Lyday. He'll be back out of the pits. He is still on the lead lap. He's definitely got a wounded race car here. Only a quarter of the way into this 100 lap feature event. Head down the back straightaway, doubled up once again behind the iRacing.com pace car. Steven Oberstadt gonna come back to green next to Aaron Johnson. We'll see if Oberstadt can hold off that 78 machine as they go through the restart zone. A little bit of a stack up back behind them. I believe everybody else is gonna be able to make it through, but they definitely stacked up behind. I believe the 51 of Justin Mulliken had his rear tires up off the ground there. Good save by everybody to not hook any race cars there. But we are back underway. 27 laps in when they come back around this time, and Steven Oberstadt and Aaron Johnson are going to go right back to battling like they left off. Into turns 1 and 2. How about the 14 of Justin Coleman right there, running in the 4th spot. He had some speed in the heat race. We'll see if he can make his way up here to the lead. So here comes Aaron Johnson looking at the bottom once again. 78 of Johnson down low, Oberstadt up top. Oberstadt giving him plenty of room on that outside lane. Ooh, a little bit of a door bang out of 4 that time. Johnson trying to clear that number 8 machine. But Oberstadt still battling right there. Through turns 3 and 4, looks like Johnson going to be able to clear Steven Oberstadt for the top spot. Oberstadt going to try to keep a fender in there, but I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to do so. I don't know, Johnson kind of a little bit loose off the corner. Here comes Oberstadt back up on the top. Good run for the 8 machine. You can really make the outside lane work if you roll and try to get a straight exit down the backstretch, and you can see that's what the 8 machine is trying to do. 2 by 2 at the front. You can see Matt Borndren up on the outside of Justin Coleman back behind him. It's a battle for the 3rd spot. And Steven Oberstadt has not given up on that outside lane. Aaron Johnson on the bottom. Oberstadt up top. He got close that time. Up out of 4. 78 machine definitely getting a little bit slidey off of the corners. You can see it up off of 4 right here. Johnson definitely pushing that race car a little bit. Oberstadt still rolling back on the outside lane. These two went back and forth, about 10 laps now. Look how close Justin Coleman and Matt Borndren have gotten to these guys. 4 cars under a blanket for these top 4 spots. How about this? Oberstadt on the outside lane. As beautiful over the line as he can. Up the racetrack a little bit. Johnson loose on the bottom side. And oh, Johnson down to the bottom. Tough break for Aaron Johnson. Not sure what happened to the 78 machine. It looks like he may have had some kind of connection issue. He's down at the bottom. And now he's pulling it down to pit road. I believe that's going to end his night. He's not in his pit box, so a tough break for the 78 of Johnson. Was running in the 2nd spot. Puts us under caution for the 3rd time here tonight. Johnson going to park the 78 machine. Not sure what the cause of that incident was, but let's look down on pit road now. John Lyday on pit road, your points leader coming into tonight's race. Trying to get more of that damage fixed, but he also doesn't want to go a lap down. There really isn't anybody a lap down right this second, but who's to say someone doesn't go a lap down as you are trying to get yours back. So Lyday going to come back out of the pits in front of the pace car. He'll keep his lap. Remember, not to the halfway point yet, just 40 laps into this 100-lap event. Lyday still has time to recover. He's currently running in the 15th spot. He can still get up inside the top 10 and salvage a good run. After the trouble up front for Aaron Johnson, it's going to be Steven Oberstadt, Matt Borndren, Justin Coleman, Justin Mulliken, Brandon Elvis, Christian Peterson, Chris Smith, Jace Hale, and Jake Bubby Griffin, your top 10. We're going to send them back green just shy of halfway, 43 laps in out of 100 here at the South Boston Speedway. Down through turns 3 and 4 they go. Pace car going to make that hard left turn once again down onto pit road and back through the restart zone. Good start for Steven Oberstadt and Matt Borndren side by side down into turns 1 and 2. Through the first set of corners, Matt Borndren's going to come out with the advantage on the outside lane. Can he hold on to it? New leader on lap number 44. Give it to Matt Borndren across the line that time. He's going to try and drive on the outside lane a little bit sideways. He's going to be almost clear down into turns 3 and 4. New leader, Matt Borndren. Borndren on the outside lane takes the top spot away. Justin Mulliken going to try to follow suit on the outside lane, and we're stacking up behind him. Zach Murphy got shuffled up the racetrack right there. And oh, Sean McNeil around. Tangled up with John Lyday. Man, tough break for this 22. He had a clean season up to this point. Did not see him tangled up in too many incidents. And race 5 has not gone very well for Lyday whatsoever. Let's get another look at it here out of 4. As you can see, Jace Hale comes together with Chris Smith. That's what caused that initial contact. And then I think Sean McNeil off the corner just got a little bit, maybe checked up a little bit, trying to let Murphy in, or not sure how. But Lyday and him came together and they spun to the inside of the racetrack. So another quick caution here. Lyday going to come back down pit road. Landon Farmer down pit road. Matt Borndren currently holds the race lead. Justin Mulliken takes the second spot away from Steven Oberstadt just before that caution flag came out. Oberstadt runs third. Justin Coleman currently running in the fourth spot. Christian Peterson fifth. Brandon Elvis up to the sixth spot. I've not seen that 54 much here tonight. Still shy of halfway. We'll be getting it when they come back to green, I believe. So the field doubles up. And they head down into turns 3 and 4. Borndren and Mulliken going to bring us back to green. See if that 51 car can say something here. On at the outside lane. Matt Borndren, your leader on the inside. Through the restart zone they go. Good start for the 00. And we are back underway once again at South Boston. Halfway in, halfway home. We've got 50 laps to decide race number 5. Borndren leads out of 4. But the battle is on for the second spot. Mulliken up top, Oberstadt down low. Peterson on the bottom. And Coleman up top. That's for the fourth spot back behind them. 4 cars side by side under a blanket behind your race leader. Down the back straightaway, looks like Mulliken starting to peek in front of Steven Oberstadt. We'll try to clear for that second spot. Justin Coleman jumps up to the outside of Oberstadt to take over the third spot. And as we get into this later stage of the race, you can tell the outside lane is definitely the place to be. Oberstadt starting to lose some of that grip we saw earlier on as the caution flag flies once again. Jake Bubby Griffin spun around in turns 1 and 2, as well as Frank Barbary in the 26. Let's see what happened. I think initially there was contact with Zach Murphy, maybe. It's like right here off of 4. Him and Murphy came together, and then Landon Farmer was collected. Barbary spun to avoid, just barely missed the 3 machine of Jake Bubby Griffin. We'll go on board with the 26 and see his view of this one. Let's see Murphy and Griffin right there, and he gets on the binders a little bit too hot and spins it right out in front of number 3 machine. But we're back under yellow for a 5th time here tonight. And one person that's really liking these yellow flags is your points leader, John Lyday. This gives him time to get some of that damage repaired. He's got some partners with him. Bubby Griffin, who was involved in that caution right there. Landon Farmer, Caleb Thompson, Zach Murphy all came down pit road that caution. So we'll see what happens when we send them back green. The lap's winding down here. Past halfway, we really haven't seen too many green flag runs up to this point. We've had 5 caution flags. field will double up behind the iRacing.com pace car. We'll send them back just shy of 40 laps to go. It's going to be Vorndren, Mulliken, Coleman, Oberstadt, Peterson, and Elvis, your top 6. As they head down into turns 3 and 4. Pace car is off through the restart zone, and we're back racing at South Boston. Great start from the 51 of Mulliken that time. He's going to be on the outside lane through turns 1 and 2. Vorndren on the bottom, Mulliken up top. Teammates battling out of 4, and we're sideways. Kyle Adams involved. John Lyday collected again. And Adams in the 24 machine, I believe, was the first car to get spun in that ordeal. But the caution flag flies one more time. Let's see. Looked like he got tagged by the 3, Bubby Griffin. Murphy got into the back of Lyday, know where he could have gone. Let's look at this one more time from the drone camera. See if we can look at from above to really tell what happened. It looked like Adams may have came down right there. Not quite sure. Look at it on board with Bubby Griffin here. Coming out of the corner. I don't know. It's definitely a tough call. But we'll be back under yellow for the 6th time here tonight. I believe we're going to be sending them back green next time around. And Justin Mulliken was able to take the top spot on that restart using the outside lane. So he will get lane choice here. He'll fire off from the bottom. He'll bring them back to 35 laps to go when they come back green next time around. 6 caution flags so far. It'll be 65 laps in. Mulliken, Vorndren, Coleman, Oberstadt, your top 4. Down into 3 and 4 they go. Mulliken and Vorndren going to lead them back. Green flag is back out. Good jump from the 51. And we are back underway here at South Boston. Going to be out front and in the race lead. Justin Coleman going to battle with Matt Vorndren for the 2nd spot. Coleman all kinds of sideways on the bottom coming out of 4. Double zero of Matt Vorndren on the outside lane, trying to make that lane work. It's worked so far here tonight. Vorndren continues to hold strong on the outside. How about Christian Peterson and Brandon Elvis battling back behind? And there is the caution flag. Zach Murphy goes for a spin. Seventh caution flag. See what happened to Murphy down in turns 1 and 2. Like Kyle Adams in the 24 machine. That car looks broke to me. The right front, the left front definitely pointed in the wrong direction. This caution flag flies one more time. Try and look at it again. You can see definitely look at the left front of Adams' car. Severely bent. Just obviously Elvis. He could not turn the race car down in turns 1 and 2. Tough break for Murphy. As right now a couple cars down pit road. And John Lyday has been down there every caution flag in this one. Inside of 30 laps to go now. Mulliken, your leader. Vorndren second. We'll get the 1 to go signal here. Going to come back to 27 laps to go. 27 to go for Justin Mulliken, trying to pick up win number 1 of the season with the Trackmaster Sim Series. Mulliken and Vorndren going to come back through the restart zone with Coleman and Oberstadt behind them. One more time, back underway here at South Boston. Good run through turns 1 and 2. Mulliken going to be clear for the race lead. Everybody side by side, back behind him. Coleman and Vorndren battle for the second spot. Justin Coleman starting to peek out just a little bit. He's trying to take over that spot. His teammate Brandon Elvis is right behind him in 4th. A little contact for 2nd. Vorndren on the outside lane trying to hold his ground in the 0-0. Steven Oberstadt right there trying to fight his way up, and oh, around goes Justin Coleman. And Matt Vorndren into the outside wall. A tough break there, battling for the second spot. And Coleman not going to be very happy with that one. They were battling for the second spot. Let's see how it happened here. We get a good look at it. Let's try and slow it down here up off of 4. You can see the 0, or the 0-0, I should say, of Vorndren get sideways. Came down across and got Coleman in the right rear, and around they went. Luckily, everybody else was able to avoid. I mean, they wrecked right in front of the field. And everybody was able to avoid. So let's see on board with Oberstadt here. He probably had the best view of that one. You can see the 0-0 get a little sideways. There was the contact. Man, Steven just barely got past that incident without any contact. And that's going to shake things up big time, because now Justin Mulliken will have Brandon Elvis rolling off to his outside. Elvis has been a tough competitor here in the second half of this season. Because I should say throughout the whole season. It's only been 4 races, but these last 2, he's really had some speed. So we'll see if he can make something happen here in these final 22 laps. We are going to go back racing here with 20 laps to go. It'll be a 20-lap shootout to decide race number 5. Mulliken on the bottom, Elvis up top, Peterson 3rd, Oberstadt 4th. Through the restart zone they go. 20-lap shootout to decide it here at South Boston. A good start for both of your top 2. Elvis on the outside lane, trying to make that car work the long way around. Mulliken down low, trying to get every bit of a run built up as he can. But Elvis in the 54 machine on the outside lane, rocketing off the top. We've got 18 laps to go when they come back across this time. New leader going to be Brandon Elvis out front in the 54. He will be clear for the top spot. And Justin Mulliken going to try to hold on to second. Christian Peterson trying to fight his way through the field. Underneath Steven Oberstadt for the third spot right there. We've still got 17 laps to go. So still some time. But if Peterson wants a shot at the victory, he's going to have to get around Oberstadt here and find a way around Justin Mulliken. You see that car definitely a little bit slidey though. Trying to get the throttle down off the corner. And around goes Landon Farmer in the 26. The caution flag is going to fly once again. Brandon Atkinson also involved in the 15. Tough break for him. And that is going to be it for the 15. Tough break for the guy second in the point standings. John Lyday, I believe, might have been collected in that one as well. It's been a terrible night for the two guys at the top of the standings. Let's see what happened here to Landon Farmer. He was battling with Jace Hale and Brandon Atkinson. Not sure what happened. I think Hale might have came up into the outside lane when Farmer was up there. We'll try and go from the drone here and see if this gives us a better angle. Okay, entirely no. Definitely got turned down across Atkinson's nose. I think he might have checked up, trying to let Hale in line. And Atkinson just did not expect the difference in speed. So back under yellow once again here. It's been a caution fest. More cautions than last week. We have topped that number. We are at 9. Now Brandon Elvis going to try to seal things off. It'll be inside of 10 laps to go when we send them back green. I think we're going to double them up right here. Elvis, I believe, is going to take the outside lane. So he will try and fire off from the lane that he took the lead in. We'll see if he can hang on for 10 laps. It'll be a 10-lap shootout here at the South Boston Speedway. Mulliken going to line up to his inside in second. Pace car is off for what could be the final time. Through the restart zone they go. And we're back underway with 10 laps to go. Final 10 laps here at South Boston down the back straightaway. Your race leader, Brandon Elvis, gets a good gap built up in the first lap. It'll be 3 car lengths back to Christian Peterson and Justin Mulliken battling for the second spot. Peterson up top, Mulliken down low. How about Caleb Thompson in the 04 machine? Got tangled up in 2 separate incidents here in the first couple laps of this one. Up into the top 5. Trying to take the 4th spot away from Steven Oberstadt. A great run for the 04 machine. 7 laps to go for Brandon Elvis. Now Christian Peterson gets clear of Justin Mulliken for second. Does he have anything left to track down your race leader? 6 laps to go this time. They battle for the 4th spot back behind. Caleb Thompson trying to make that machine work on the outside lane. He's been able to drive it up into the top 5. Can you go any further? Final 5 laps for Brandon Elvis. As Thompson continues to battle on the outside lane of Steven Oberstadt. Peterson doesn't look to be closing the gap too much last time by, Elvis was the fastest car on the racetrack. And the caution flag is going to fly. Did not quite get it finished up there. We're going to be going into overtime. Try and take a look at what happened. We'll go back a lap here. The 3 machine, you see the 3 of Bubby Griffin got down into Jace Hale there. And that is what caused the caution flag. Let's look at it one more time. Go on board with the number 3. Rather, let's go on board with the number 29 of Murphy to see what he saw. Yeah, you can see the 3 got sideways first, and then goes the 9 of Jace Hale. But back under caution for the 10th time here tonight. Brandon Elvis going to have to hang on. Can Christian Peterson steal one here? Elvis going to choose the outside lane. Peterson down low. Mulligan third. Thompson fourth. Oberstadt fifth. And Jace Hale going to be in that 6th spot. So final 2 laps here at South Boston. Elvis through the restart zone gets a good jump. Down into turns 1 and 2. Is there anything left for Christian Peterson? Down the back straightaway they go. Elvis going to try the outside lane. White flag is out. Final time around here at South Boston. Christian Peterson dives down to the bottom lane. He's going to have a fender underneath. And I don't think it's going to be enough. Down into 3 and 4. Peterson tries to maybe give the nudge, but it's not going to be enough. Brandon Elvis is going to pick up his 2nd victory of the season here in the Trackmaster Sim Series. Elvis picks up win number 2 on the season with the Trackmaster Sim Series. Drives it back from the 8th place starting spot after the invert. And picks up the victory. Elvis going to take the victory lap here. And we will grab a word from our top 3 finishers. How about Caleb Thompson getting onto the podium here tonight? Let's see if we can grab a word from him. 2nd place finisher was Christian Peterson. We'll try and find Caleb Thompson as well. But let's grab a word from our 2nd place finisher first. Actually, there is Caleb. We'll grab a word from Caleb right here up on the broadcast booth. Caleb Thompson up in the broadcast booth, 3rd place finisher here tonight. You got a copy?
Hell yeah.
Alrighty, well, it was an eventful race for that 04 machine. You got involved in some trouble early on, and I thought it might have knocked you out from the get-go, but we just had a lot of cautions and a lot more cautions, and then another caution. And you ended up in the 3rd spot. What a race.
Jesus. We locked into one there, huh, Winston?
Yeah. I looked up and you were coming up on the outside lane. I was like, man, he is moving here late. And you ended up moving around him on the outside lane, getting into the 3rd spot. How do you feel after the 103 laps?
I feel good. That was That was an eventful one. I think we got wrecked on lap 2, and then I had a bit of damage, and we got tangled up again back there with some guys, so I got more damage. I must have pitted like 5 times, but now the cautions worked out there at the end, and this setup had the outside line just freaking rolling, so that made a difference starting on the outside, probably 3-4 cautions in a row. I picked up a few spots and got him there at the end.
Yeah, the outside lane was definitely the preferred groove here tonight. It's been back and forth all season, but tonight was definitely up top, and it made for some pretty fun racing, and was glad to see you recover from that early trouble and end up on the podium here tonight. Who do you have to thank, Caleb, for a good finish after a trouble start at South Boston?
I'd just like to thank the league for putting this on, and I thank Brandon. He put in time in the set. Brandon Elvis, he ended up winning, of course, but thank the guys at ECR for letting me join over there with them for a little bit. So it's been fun.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun run for the 04 machine here tonight. We wish you luck throughout the rest of the Leave the Pack season, as well as next week in the season finale with the Trackmaster Sim Series. But congratulations, Caleb, and talk to you later.
Yeah, hopefully this is a turnaround on the luck.
Yes, sir.
Later.
Yep. All right, now we're going to talk to our second place finisher here tonight. We'll see if we can grab him up in the broadcast booth. Christian Peterson up in the broadcast booth, second place finisher here tonight.
Yes, sir. Gotcha.
Interesting race here at the South Boston Speedway, to say the least. You did a good job staying out of trouble. Ended up driving back up into the second place spot. Just didn't quite have enough laps to really figure out what you had for Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon was definitely really good, really fast. But yeah, I mean, more green flag laps. Just at the end of the day, just disappointed in the whole. I'm not trying to be negative Nancy, but just disappointed in everything that we saw at the end of that race. Definitely not good. So, but yeah, I mean, Elvis, a bunch of the guys there in the top 5 were running really clean, really good, hard racing. So Elvis did a good job. Caleb got a good finish there out of it. So happy to see that for him. He's been sticking around for, I think he's been here since week 1 of the season. So really happy to see that for Caleb. And yeah, just like I said, not what we want to see as admins of the show or the guys putting on the show on. I know we're in the race too, but definitely not what we wanted to see there.
Yeah, it was definitely an eventful finish to the race. Had a couple cautions that seemed avoidable, but you'll have that in short track racing. And I'm a fellow league promoter, owner, whatever you want to call it, so I get the frustration. I get the shoes you're standing in right now, but still a good run for the 71 machine. Back to the race car driver side of things. Second place spot here tonight. It's going to be good in points. The top 2 in points did not have such a good run, so it's going to be good for you and Elvis, getting a little bit closer to those guys.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm not sure where the drops are going to put us, but yeah, I think we'll be definitely gaining on those 2. I don't know exactly where they finish, but we definitely gained some points, so that's exciting for the finale. I think we might have like a 4-way battle for the championship. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to beat these guys because I think we won last week off the misfortune, but like we haven't actually won a race this season, so we got to beat these guys straight up and see what we can do in the finale.
Alrighty, well, it was a fun race, up front-ish. You guys had some good battling up front, but it was a fun race for watching you guys up front. Before I let you go, who do you have to thank for the second place finish?
Yeah, just everybody at MRL, all the guys at Trick Chassis and Skyline that put in the work, helping me with the league, helping putting the setups together for the team and whatnot, and coming out and putting fast cars on the track. Everybody, gotta thank you for broadcasting. You've been doing a hell of a job for us here lately, so appreciate that. Putting on we try to put on a good show for you. So, but yeah, that's about it. All the guys at, like I said, MRL, you guys, and just all the guys on the team, and everybody who shows up, all the drivers who show up for the races every week.
Yeah, it's definitely a good group of guys. We have our moments like tonight, but hopefully we got all the crashes out. We can have a good season finale next week. But congratulations to you, Christian, on a second place finish here tonight.
Thanks, Winston.
Yes, sir. All right, now we'll talk to our winner here this evening, Brandon Elvis. Brandon Elvis, winner here for the second time this season up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy.
Hey, man.
Alrighty, well, winner here tonight ended up starting in the 8th spot after the invert. An eventful race, to say the least. Definitely had your fair share of crash avoidance all throughout the field.
Yeah.
Got your way up to the top 5, and I knew that once those guys were battling real hard in the lead, and I saw a couple cars, you and Peterson, not really putting too much into your car, just kind of biding your time, letting everybody else crash around you, and you ended up picking up the victory here tonight for the second time this season. How's it feel?
Yeah, man. I think, well, third really, but the first one I guess I kind of backed into, so we'll count this one as the second one. But no, it feels good, man. The whole plan with the whole race was Coleman was really, really damn good, and I was just planning on letting him do the dirty work and follow him through the field. Didn't really get some of the outside lane was really working really good. It was just kind of bottled up there towards the front of the pack there, and it was working some, but it wasn't working, and I just got lucky with the lanes and being able to get a position or two on a restart here and there, and man, just whenever Coleman and Fondram wrecked there, I hated that. That was a racing deal. It really sucked. I hated it for Coleman because I thought he had the car to beat, but when they wrecked, it gave me the front row there, and I was able to capitalize from the outside. I wanted to be on the outside, and he gave it to me, so I knew if I had a good restart there, we're going to be pretty good. Peterson might have had a tick more pace than me. When I got clear, I got pretty tight out front, but I think if we went green, it would have been okay, and I'm just glad Peterson raced me clean there at the end, and man, that was a fun one.
Yeah, it was definitely fun watching that outside lane come into play there. It was, I think, a lot better tonight than we've seen it all season long, so that was fun watching you guys wheel on the outside. That was the key thing here tonight, was to be on the outside, and you had the lane when it mattered on the restart, and ended up picking up victory. It's number 2 on the season. I'm looking at it right here. You can't tell me it's number 3. I'm looking at the stats.
Well, I won the. This is the third interview you've given me for a win. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Well, I think one was leave the pack.
No, it was the dual nights, twin nights. I won the second twin.
Okay.
And I won the
okay.
120 lapper, and then this
twins. one. Okay. So technical third win, technical second, whatever you want to call it. Congratulations on your victory here this evening. Who do you have to thank for yet another win in Trackmaster Sim Series?
Oh man, first and foremost, my wife for letting me do this. Do it 3 to 4 nights a week. And we have a lot of fun. And grateful she's supportive of it. My mom and dad for watching. I know they both have already texted me congratulations. I know they were watching and cheering me on. That's always a good feeling. Shout out to Coastal Performance, man. 1 and 3 tonight. I think all our cars were pretty well top 5 cars tonight. Super pumped for Caleb to get his third place finish there on our setup. Said hey for Coleman as well, but yeah, just shout out to my team, ECR, Coastal Performance, Variables Performance and Fab, Chestnut Hill Restaurant, Coleman Design, keeping these cars looking really good. Just everybody else who helps along, man. Thanks to you for putting this broadcast on, and thanks to CP and Lade and Atkinson and all those guys that put this league on. It's a ton of fun, and hopefully we had a pretty good points night tonight.
It's definitely going to be a good points battle down to the end. We had the top 2 in points this week, had some trouble, and you and Peterson both had a good run. So it's going to be interesting going into race number 6. I'm going to be eager to see the standings immediately after the race next week to see who won it for sure. But congratulations to you, Brandon, on your victory here tonight. Hopefully we can talk to you one more time this season. But if not, congratulations. Hopefully Your t-shirt comes in tomorrow. I can't make any promises, but I'm going to be checking the shipping all day. But yeah, congratulations one more time.
All right, Winston, I appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, folks, that was Brandon Elvis, your winner here tonight. Let's run through our finishing results one more time. Oh, that's qualifying. Let's try to get the finishing results. I was a little bit confused when I saw Atkinson at the top of the standings. There we go. Brandon Elvis, your winner in the number 54 machine. Christian Peterson second. Caleb Thompson comes home third. Justin Mulliken fourth. Steven Oberstadt fifth. Zach Murphy sixth. Jace Hales seventh. Justin Coleman eighth. Matt Borndren comes home in the ninth spot. Sean McNeil 10th. Chris Smith 11th. Bubby Griffin comes home 12th. John Lyday 3rd. John Lyday 13th, sorry. Frank Barbary 14th. Brandon Atkinson 15th. Landon Farmer 16th. And Kyle Adams and Aaron Johnson round out the field in 17th and 18th. So that's going to do it for us here tonight, folks. Thank you for watching on the WD Broadcasting Network. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok as well. If you're interested in supporting the WD Broadcasting Network, maybe wearing a little bit of merchandise, check out the shop in the description below. Top link, WDBroadcastingNetworkShop.com. We've got hats, t-shirts, hoodies, etc. So you guys check that out. And we'll see you guys next week for the Leave the Pack Gauntlet Series. We've got Street Stocks at Hickory on Tuesday night. And then Race 6 of the Trackmaster Sim Series next Thursday. So an action-packed week next week. We'll see you guys there. But thank you guys for watching the WD Broadcasting Network. I am your host, Winston Deal. Signing it off. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.